How are y'all doing today?
Yes, we can talk about K-pop Demon Hunters. It is the best fucking show, movie. Of course it was! None of y'all have time. You're not the love I have for my Huntrix girlies. He was like, we're going to talk about Ironheart. I said, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it eventually.
She said, we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. K-pop Demon Hunters. Right now.
Have you guys seen it yet? Have you watched it?
I've seen a lot of good things. I've not watched it
No,
yet.
I didn't say have you seen a lot of good things. I said, did you sit your candy ass down, grab your baby girl, and watch this?
I didn't even know about it until I saw your cosplays. Nigga. That you already did, by the way.
First of all, I'm not... Yes, Jasmine did the cosplays. They were fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
Dyeing the wig was probably a pain in the ass. Also, I'd seen about it previously just because it's viral as hell right now.
Oh, yeah.
And crazy that the guy who watches anime didn't know anything about it.
It's a little rude, a little homophobic too. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Wow. So we're gonna dogpile on a man during Mental Health Month, Men's Mental Health Month. I know it's Pride, but
Pride Month. We got hours left of Pride Month. You can rap. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we said fuck mental health.
Pride Parade in New York. Pride Parade in New York, and this is how we're gonna start, Jordan.
And this is how we're gonna start it. This is what we're talking about. Wow. I'm gonna need you. Here's some mental health help. Go watch Demon Hunters.
It's Netflix. Right?
It's Netflix.
Yeah,
right? It's Netflix. It's Netflix. It's hilarious. There's a lot. Focus up. There's a whole thing going around that is so hilarious. Focus up. So right now, K-pop Demon Hunters, the soundtrack, is the only K-pop group that is trending globally on Spotify. And it is insane. It is insane. You got something to say, Adam? Open your mouth.
I'll piggyback on that. Keep going. Because it has to do with musical groups and Spotify, and it's going to send you.
Does it have anything to do with Love Island?
No. Okay, worse.
Well, God, so much worse.
Than Love Island. That's
Carry on with K-pop Demon Hunters on Spotify first.
That's all I'm going to say. So it is incredible. This has already gone... It was number one in damn near every country for streaming platforms, for Netflix specifically. I've got to figure out if this is actually biblical, but it may already have a sequel and a manga adaptation on the way.
Jesus.
This has been out for a week and a half now, maybe 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks, and it is just the way that this took us by storm. And I think the big thing is obviously it's enemies to lovers, it's forbidden love, but it's the songs in and of themselves, and it's about mental health. It's about your family kind of telling you that what you have that's different is not supposed to be shown, and obviously the dancing, like the fuck. But it's just incredible, and it's a little cheesy in the beginning, but the funny thing is, and the thing that I think is interesting for you guys and for this podcast in general, is this is Sony Animation who did this. So all the hype, it's Sony Animation. And so what you're hearing is they said, hey, y'all, we can hold off on Miles Morales for a minute. I got something y'all really.
This is why Beyond the Spider-Verse was delayed.
Yes, this is why, because this is the animation team that does Beyond the Spider-Verse. They said, hold on, y'all.
I'm just saying, if this is why we haven't gotten it yet, this could have waited. I'm just getting long enough.
But if it is as good as people are saying, it is nice to see. And what we're not, you know what? It also, original stories are doing okay then. I'm just saying.
It just depends on the studio that's doing them.
Yeah. So Jasmine, go into how the AI works with this.
So Jasmine, what if I told you there was a group on Spotify that has almost 300,000 followers on Spotify, right?
Oh, is this the AI? This is the thing you had talked to me about it. Yeah.
And is AI. It's everything about it.
Is it a boy group or a girl group?
Boy group. It's a 5-member boy group, but it's like
it's not her. They're like, wait a minute.
Well, okay, but hold on. But that's K-pop Demon Hunters. It's like these 3 girls. It's like 3 girls. They're the Huntrix, and it's 3 girls, and like that's the whole thing. And they are demon hunters. Then they use their songs in order to like lift the souls and the spirits of everyone. And they've got the Humnai, which is like the boundary that protects the world. And the demons are like, we gotta fight fire with fire. Haha, it's funny because the big baddie is a big old combustible flame. But he's like, we gotta fight fire with fire. And one of his demon boys Genu comes up and is like, I got it, my guy, I got it. K-pop boy band, and there's K-pop. 5 of them, which is why I'm like giggling, because you're like, oh, because there's a moment.
They probably
in there.
did this because of the movie.
No, this came before, but maybe the AI did it after. But it's just funny because there's a moment where the demons are like, do you think that this is actually going to work? Like the big flame is like, do you think this is actually going to work? And the boy band, they like hit their boy band pose, and all the demons are like, yeah, that's that'll work. And that's the moment I just had when Adam was like, oh, it's an AI boy band, and it's 5 boy bands, like 5 members.
Boy band. It's more of a like a classic rock style, or like a alternative kind of genre. And they've got a whole album, songs, everything, and it's just one person. Now, Jasmine, numbers wise, if I remember reading this correctly, 300,000 like subscribers on Spotify monthly is like 30K.
30K what?
Dollars. They're making 30K a month.
They're making 30K just AI. Making.
Who is making 30K?
The one guy who made this whole AI music and then created a group of 5 guys. That's
it's possible. I got an open Tuesday. I'll fuck around and make a. I'll get all my little. I'll get
the flag waver of anti-AI is like, you know what? Never
mind.
What
if we literally make an AI page of this podcast? But shift what we look like just a little bit so that it's not us, and see who does better. AI probably.
Because that's how they get you. And the problem is, this is it. You and them demon boys would have sucked you up. They would have got your ass. Because all it takes.
Whoa.
He said, what if we just went to one concert? What if I just bought one t-shirt?
I can't wait to watch the show, and then the next week when we come back, I'll be like, all right, so Jasmine.
My little soda pop.
Oh my God.
All I can think of, every drop I drink up.
I think she really liked this.
My little soda pop. Pop. They would have got my ass day one. I would have been their manager. I would have been in there like, I would have been dating one of them.
Is this like the new Turning Red?
It's
giving Turning Red.
It's giving Turning Red, but those girls would have stand these boys so hard. Like it has that same vibes, but instead of like it being about a giant panda, it's about the boy band, and it's about the girl band. It's about the love, you know?
The love. Forbidden love.
Not her intertwining the fingers while doing that. Like,
anyway, it's wild out in these streets, y'all.
Jasmine putting y'all on K-pop Demon Hunters.
They better Netflix. Put me on this. The way I've been hyping up this show, I better be in the next movie. I'm
telling you, I saw you make one post about it, and then the very next time I saw you on my feed, already in full cosplay, I'm like, girl,
when's she have the time? She never sleeps. She never sleeps.
Jasmine, is that toilet paper?
Yeah.
You gotta blow your nose. What are we talking about? It's not weird when a woman leaves toilet paper by their desk.
Here, she walked by the Kleenex right here by the couch the other day to go get a paper towel and blow her nose. I'm like,
you can afford Kleenex?
What?
That is a luxury.
I'll send you some. I'll Amazon some to you.
My problem is when I talk, my nose be running.
We're all messed up here.
Okay, my last. What was I going to say? My thoughts before I was rudely interrupted. Oh yes. So, in the vein, and this is the last thing I'll say about K-pop Demon Hunters, but just going on because this is going to segue into Ironheart and internet debates. So, kind of. There's going to be a through line in there. Mm-hmm. But the last little thing I'll say about K-pop Demon Hunters is this is a Korean show. Our movie, and it's a Korean movie that intertwines, and the reason why it also did really well is because it interweaves historically accurate depictions and inspirations that just are really important to the Korean culture. So I love that you guys are so appreciative of my cosplays, but I did generic, just basic, nothing too crazy. I didn't really bring in the inspiration. I was just celebrating the characters. There are other cosplayers who are under fire right now, because there's like little characters in there that are really important. Derpy is a giant tiger, and it's got like a lot of significance to the culture, but also like to the artistry, and like it's that beautiful like tiger that you see like on all the Korean paintings. But it's got significance to like spirits and all that kind of stuff. There are people who are cosplaying Derpy, and they are taking Chung-Li cosplays and using that. Or they're taking like Japanese, I'm going to get it wrong because there's hanboks and hanfus, but they're basically taking the traditional Japanese outfits and attires and wearing that to represent Korea. And I don't know if you guys know this, but for several years, Japan occupied Korea and stripped them of all of their traditional values and tried to force Korea to become a Japanese territory. And so these cosplayers are like, what? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I got the gist of it. I'm celebrating you, but they're not actually understanding this. Oh, it's fucking bad.
I was going to say, this is where that line of appreciation and appropriation takes that turn, because
100%.
that is literally you just going, it's all Asian.
Being lazy.
Like,
exactly. That's just you
which
being
is
like,
not okay.
I'm not doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for my audience, who is probably predominantly white. And so you
White
don't
men
understand
who
the
just want to see you look cute.
I just want to be cute. Yeah, I just want to tape my eyes back. I just want to like look authentic to the character, not to, you know, a Korean person, because it's animation, and it's just like it's really disheartening. It's disheartening because like I love these characters, and yeah, I'm racially ambiguous. I can fit into any role, but it does kind of make me go when people comment on my video, wow, you look exactly like her. You are like her come to life. And I'm like, I hear you. I love you. I am not Korean, so
don't lump me in with the people who are just doing whatever.
Please do not lump me in. But you know, I'm gonna rock her at
now y'all know how I feel. Don't lump me in with those idiot white people.
So I'm gonna be honest. We are gonna just segue it into that because Adam does not want to be lumped in with I'm not even gonna put them up on the page, but Nerdrotic is just personally being entirely terrible when it comes to Ironheart. It is one of those pages that has a platform, and they shouldn't.
I'll let you say it because it is very important. Because of you.
Yeah.
And what I will say is,
because he's black.
Yes. It has to do with black culture. So what I'll say, Jasmine, is the problem with Ironheart, and I think all three of us and everyone else out there.
Can you change that sentence? Because there is no problem with Ironheart.
No, not the show. The problem with Ironheart was the lack of advertising for it and push,
the lack of marketing,
and stuff like that. Right? 100%. The lack of marketing.
Of marketing. The fact that this was first released about 3 years ago. The fact that they had to do a bunch of reshoots, and then since then they've been burying it, and the fact that they split it into a threesome.
But the problem with it is that when things like this, with like Pixar shows or Marvel things like this, or other shows that don't get a lot of marketing that are good, decent, whatever, it falls on our shoulders as creators or media people to talk about these shows, whether we like them or not, with somewhat of respect, right?
What we say is, for the culture, it shall not fail.
Correct. So like 6 men thought differently, which is where I'll go with Jordan.
Yeah, so Nerdrotic is unfortunately just a...
No, that's too dark.
Yeah, 100%. It's bad. So I thankfully found something that's not their page, because I don't want to give their page traffic. But essentially, Nerdrotic Daily, you can kind of see what they look like.
This is the 7th time he said their name.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, first of all, SEO. But they deliver a disgusting review of Ironheart. They say things like,
this is them watching the trailer.
Yeah, of course it's a stepdad. Wouldn't be just her dad. This is supposed to, it's like, they're trying to do the black girl magic. Look, are they gonna play black music?
They literally said, I
don't know if this is about black people until I hear hip hop. Like, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Have we
they're getting my attention today.
Oh, they're getting a lot of attention. They actually got linked to one of my TikTok videos without me even saying their name. I just said people are bashing the show before it even comes out, and TikTok put the little search and it was like Nerdrotic Ironheart, because it's just like, it's disgusting, and it sucks because Adam, you know the numbers. How many followers do they have?
Is it rage baiting, or do they genuinely believe this?
No, they genuinely believe it, Jazz. It is a panel at the bottom of that photo. I know it's hard to see, or that video. There is a line of like 8 white guys who stopped growing hair about 50 years ago, and they're just talking about the trailer. And that is the beginning of the trailer where they talk about it. Right there. See the panel? They're all fairly Caucasian. I'm not going to say they're all white. Who knows? One might be some sort of something, but it looks like they're all white. But the other side of this is, if you keep going, Riri's best friend who passed, correct? Who's
Natalie.
now
Oh my God.
Jarvis, Natalie, right? There's a moment in the trailer where like she wonks, and you don't know anything about it, obviously, because it's just the trailer. And they're like, what character is this? And they're like, Shaniqua, Shanae. Like, they're just going after every stereotypical, like,
there is not enough consequence for racism and bigotry.
They also have almost 300,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Ridiculous. And it's sad. And I mean, Jasmine, you know this, and we say this all the time. It frustrates for us right now. You know, we're trying to start something new and really talk about media. And when we have criticisms, being able to separate, hey, this is like my personal issue with this. This is where like I know that objectively maybe they could be better, but like subjectively I just feel this way, but I know you might like it. Whereas this is just, you're clearly just being edgelordy for clicks for no reason, or because exactly.
You're being racist because there's a small and unfortunately loud section of culture that enjoys that and will hype you up and make you and will agree with you. But the problem is that it doesn't matter if you don't like it. You can always gain something from all pieces of media. But the fact that you're in a trailer going to diss it, let me put this in perspective for you. I had to yell at my father recently because I was really excited. I'm going to the Superman premiere, so I was really excited when I got that email. I immediately called him and he's like, "Hey Jasmine, what's going on?" And I said, "Hey Dad, I've got great news. I got invited to the Superman premiere." And the first things out of his mouth was, "Fuck Superman. I cannot stand that movie. It looks like trash." And literally went on a tirade about how much he hated how the new Superman looked, how he didn't think that it was dark enough, how the Superman looks silly, how it just looks childish, and just went on. And after he did this 3-minute fucking explanation of just bullshit out of his mouth, I went, "Dad, first of all, just if you're a Snyder fan, just say that. That's all you gotta fucking say. Number 2, because he's like, this Superman looks so small and weak." I was like, David Cornsweet is bigger than Henry Cavill. He is bigger than the old Superman. Number 2, and I told him about the trunks, how that was comic accurate, how he wanted to be someone that was safe for children. Like, this thought process went through. But then I ended it by saying, your daughter just told you that because of the work that she does, she was invited to the biggest premiere of the year. And the first thing out of your mouth is, "Fuck your job. I do not care." How is that okay? And then he went on to say, before I cut him off, that he had been telling all of his friends that they should not go watch this movie in theaters and that he was going to catch it on streaming whenever it happened to pop up on the television.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, do you understand what you're doing right now? By you just saying and posting on Facebook, "Oh, I don't like this," you have reach. And so I'm looking at this fucking line of 8 white men all telling these people that Ironheart isn't worth it. And whether they were on the fence or not, they now are not going to watch it. And they're going to go to their friends and say, "Yeah, I didn't watch it," which then leads those people to be like, "Oh, it's not worth it." And now we've got a line of ignorant people who never gave a show an opportunity. And now we have to fight harder. It just doesn't make sense to me why you would bash something from a fucking trailer. You have not seen it.
And the sadder part about it is like, they're all, and in that trailer, they say exactly basically what you have said of like, not going to catch it, not going to turn it on, not going to do anything with it. Looks like trash. But then like the person that's watching that, who's a diehard fan of theirs, right? They're going to go to their friends and be like, "It's horrible." The people I watch who like deal with this media stuff all the time, and they have 300,000, it's like 257 or something like 1,000 followers.
Right.
Like, they're going to believe them because they have that viewing. They have that following. So it's no different than like us sitting here talking the truth about it, whether we like, don't like, disagree with some of the choices they've made. Either way, have an actual conversation with it. Don't sit there and just racially drag it down
100%.
Yeah,
My father did that My father did that same shit for Sinners. He was like, "It doesn't look good. It doesn't make sense. What do you mean Michael B. Jordan is playing 2 characters?" I was like, Dad.
As if The Parent Trap isn't a movie that all of their generation fucking loved, but whatever.
Weird. I get those two very different movies, but I hear you.
Well, yes.
He watches this. He watched the movie. I finally was like, Dad, just for me, like I'm not, just as a favor, just humor me, watch it. He said this is the greatest movie he has ever seen. He said it is, because he watched, what was it, the Until Dawn, I think was he said it is as good, if not greater than Until Dawn. He loves this movie. He has watched it at least 10 times since. And I was like, because I told him that when he was talking about Superman, I was like, you did this with Sinners, where you talked shit about it, you told all your friends, and then you had to backtrack and tell all your friends, no, yeah, I was wrong. Do you really want to do that again? Do you really want to sit there? I don't understand. Did we not learn from the first time that happened a week ago?
A week ago. The other thing that I'll say too, funny enough, despite the hate, despite the review bombing, to bring it back to something positive, Ironheart's #1 show on Disney Plus, and there's plenty to watch on Disney Plus. So I don't want to hear like, oh, that's because nobody's really watched anything. It's highest rated on Disney Plus. That's after Daredevil Born Again's been out as well, and Daredevil's peak. Everybody on Daredevil's 10 out of 10 and all that stuff, right? It's also the 3rd highest rated MCU project of Phase 5. So again, despite the review bombing, despite the hate, numbers don't lie. If we want to bring it back to facts, y'all all sound like frauds. Everybody who's talking about hating it and that it's not good or
there's some
that
hella
it's cheesy
spoilers
corny.
on that page.
What's on that?
Yeah,
I mean, those are just photos. These all were.
Was that top one the top right?
Yeah. That's been out. I did a video on that.
But like, that's still from the what's to come.
Yeah. The magic suit, like
okay.
it's been told.
As someone who's seen all 6, I was like,
yeah, you was like,
I don't think y'all know what happens there yet.
No.
Why
It literally.
about that?
There was a clip where it just shows her like do a move with it. That was it. And then
what
the last
do you guys think, as people who haven't watched it? What do y'all think is happening there? I'd love to know.
I've watched the 3. I haven't watched all 6.
But that image comes from.
What that is. I can't see what it is. Oh,
that image comes from episode
4.
Something. No, not 4. No, not 4.
It would have to be 4 or 5. It wouldn't be 6.
Because she got the piece of his cloak already. She got the piece of his cloak last episode.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's episode 6.
Okay, well,
that's gonna be a lot in the last episode, but
I've got thoughts of it.
What do you think happens?
It's looking like, obviously same magic and mystic arts that pulls from Doctor Strange. The hood, his whole little veiny thing reminds me of with the disciples of Dormammu and all that stuff. And obviously the theories are saying that, we're about to get Mephisto. So I'm assuming.
I don't know about the theories. I want to know about what y'all think.
I think she analyzes the cloak. Natalie figures out how to make some sort of thing out of it, some tech force field thing, and put it through the suit. And the suit is able to do strange style magic is my answer.
So you think Natalie can do magic without going to the mountain?
I think she analyzes and figures out what that material is and what's coming from it, whether she finds a book or she finds something or figures out a coding of some sort to put in the suit of some sort. I think that happens. Or, yeah, sure, she goes to the mountain, meets
Wanda's back. Wanda.
Wanda's
it's Wanda.
Just in the corner.
Wanda's teaching her.
You know what it is? I think she goes to the mountain and Wong is there, and like Wong does something about it. It's like,
that'd be cute. That'd be really cute.
By the way, Tweet says it's a good show when you don't have conservatives yelling woke in your ear. Hilarious. The last point I just want to make, and this is where I was saying it's going to be a clip. It's really annoying to see this. This page usually posts a lot of different things, memes or things on media. But as my boy Shoto says, one of the biggest profiles on here promoting media illiteracy, a bunch of dumbasses for aura points. I hate the site so much.
What am I looking at?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
No.
No,
Oh,
it
y'all
doesn't
can't
matter.
hear it?
I can read it.
Yeah. So it's the argument that everybody is. What are we laughing because the
I
audio?
don't understand. Well,
You just had it. And you were like,
it.
"This is my thing," and then you were like,
Yeah, he just
Fuck
showed
it,
that
never
Tony
mind.
Stark was able to build this in a cave. Did y'all really not hear that? All right, whatever.
No, we didn't hear anything.
No, we didn't hear anything.
God.
But keep playing it because I feel like there's more of a point they're trying to make.
If he wasn't a
Not really.
billionaire,
Tony
Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
It's not telling anything. People are saying that the show disrespects Iron Man, and they're saying Riri. Here's what pissed me off. Everyone, I gotta stop sharing so I can be big. Listen, everyone is fucking saying this is so disrespectful to Iron Man. Riri is saying that he would have been nothing without his money, that he wouldn't be Iron Man without his money. She said, do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire? Nothing about that says he's nothing without his suit. Nothing about that says that he's not Iron Man. People were like, let's stop talking about the scrap box of scraps and talk about how he made gadgets out of a kid's garage in Iron Man 3. Cool. She wasn't saying that he's not a hero without his money. She's not even trying to be a hero, if we're being honest. She wants to make suits that she can sell to help people.
Yeah,
so
she
why
wants to work in the health industry?
Like everyone's like, she's dishonoring his legacy, and she's not really the hero that she's trying to be.
Pull it back really quick because
oh god,
what they mean. I just want to be very clear because they are saying something right.
Oh, they are.
Hold on, but they don't know what it is that they're actually trying to say. When they say she is ruining Tony Stark's legacy, what that should be pointing at is the scholarship that she got. She is dishonoring what the scholarship Tony Stark set up in her name was supposed to be for, because she's out here plagiarizing, selling. That I can agree with, but they're not talking about that. They're not talking about the legacy in her, like that birthright, or not the birthright. It's the Genius Grant scholarship. Tony Stark, she threw that away, and that she was the first one to receive that, and that's fucked. In that, yes, she's dishonoring his legacy and what he meant to do with that. But like,
and the thing even about that is people's argument is like Tony wouldn't be doing anything to cheat or steal. Tony wouldn't kill people. I was like, did we watch the same movie?
Indicted 6 times from the government.
I was like, did we watch the same movies? In Age of Ultron, he admits
man was a warmonger.
In Age of Ultron, he admits to selling to Claw's mercenaries. He was like, yeah, you kind of had to sell to both sides because we were tight on money. What are we? And he was killing people in the first movie. What are we talking about? Adam, go ahead. I needed to just yell.
His own people in Civil War. It was like, hey, y'all.
I wanted to punch a freaking wall watching everybody talking about she's not being the hero Tony would have wanted her to be. She's trying to be a billionaire like him. I was like, take Iron Man out of it. She's talking about Tony Stark, who got to be the wealthy businessman.
And what's wild is there is Iron Man and there's Ironheart. They are 2 separate things. They are 2 separate entities until Tony Stark literally goes into a fucking coma and is like, girl, I need you. Please step in. Please
sorry,
take it off.
I had a conniption. Adam, go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to yell.
Why am I always your go-to when you're done yelling about things?
Because
here, you
calm this man down.
Yeah, I need your soothing voice.
Here's my thing. She's a business person. That's what she's trying to be, which is exactly what Tony was. But on the other side of it, Tony's a Nepo baby and was born into that and was like given all the tools and everything where she has to build herself completely from nothing. I'm like, not saying, she was living the streets now. I'm just saying like she didn't have that same opportunity. She's building things with scraps. Do we not remember what the first suit looked like in Wakanda Forever? It was like framing and some jetpacks. Like it was barely anything. And then she built what she built in Wakanda, and now she has built again something else completely different. So, not for nothing, 2 very different things in the same eyeball, I guess is the best way. They're both geniuses, but one has everything at their disposal, and the other one does not.
As I told someone, let's stop pretending with the box of scrap things like he didn't go and use his money to build a better suit as soon as he got home. Let's also not act like it wasn't even 5 years later, he was building nanotech suits and using vibranium. So again, there is validity in what she is saying, and the message that she is conveying is that I am limited, because other people's argument is she should understand that it's not about the money and the resources after she's just been to Wakanda. No, because the truth of the matter is it's the same thing as, for example, someone using their phone camera but they want to be a photographer and they want to capture nature photography. And so they get their hands on a camera and a telephoto lens. They were limited by the resource that they had in their hand. And then they got a new tool to capture the vision that they wanted to capture. There's validity in what she is saying. And it doesn't downplay Iron Man's legacy. To Jasmine's point, if you want to talk about she ruined herself with the scholarship, because that's what some people argue. She had a scholarship. She had everything going for her. But to her, for what she wants to do, it's not enough. And that's the point, is that she is so fixated on her vision for helping medical advancement that she's willing to do any and everything at all costs, even if it takes doing a little bit of bad to do something good, which is something Tony did plenty of times. That's my rant.
It's a lot.
Let's
go on to something happier.
They just announced a half hour ago Devil Wears Prada 2 is in production.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
I'm excited. Yay. That's great.
I'm over bringing back sequels from the dead. That's like Rush Hour 4. Rush Hour 4 shouldn't happen. I don't know why.
Rush Hour 4 happening?
I don't know when it's happening, but like 2 years ago, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan took a picture together going like this, and it was confirmed they were going to start Rush Hour 4, and it's just like, just let it die.
We got the Demon Slayer movie coming out September 12th. I'm ecstatic. I know that's what I was just saying.
Oh, sexy.
Jasmine's bottoms. Like, I hate this, but I love those heels.
No, I don't know. I just can't imagine it. It's everywhere. It literally is.
Yeah, I know. I scrolled, and it was just everything.
Imagine just she scrolls one more time and then just like some romanticy man pops up.
Yeah. Like, what's that?
My little soda, pop, pop,
pop. You said Demon Slayer movie September 12th. I've been seeing videos about that. That's cute.
Yep. New trailer came out for it. It's going to be fire. I can't wait.
Yep. Dawn to Dawn drops in 3 days. Season 2.
Oh my God. There's so much media. I got to watch the freaking Soda Pop Demon Hunters first. And then I'm gonna have to catch up on everything else. Jesus Christ!
I mean, I still think it's just crazy. Jasmine,
Jurassic World's this week.
Purpled hair, Laura Croft. That's crazy. Continue.
I was just gonna say that. What's it called? Jurassic World's out this week as well.
Yes.
Jesus. I mean, yeah. It's like Adam has said. Like, it's been back to back to back. We've had. We're gonna have Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic Four.
Nope, missed it.
I'm not going to talk about Smurfs.
Ain't nobody talking about fucking Smurfs.
This man wants us to care about Rihanna singing in Smurfs so bad.
Let me get her music, okay?
You really want... Let me tell you what. Adam was so determined that when she did that Super Bowl that she was announcing new music. And when she announced she was pregnant... I wasn't. I knew what it was. And when she showed that she was pregnant, he was like, "We ain't never getting that album.
No!
she got to be at home."
She is barely making lingerie anymore. Like,
y'all
calm
y'all
down.
Saw we almost lost the Queen. Not yesterday.
Oh my God, Beyonce!
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know
let's
what's
pull
wild?
it up.
I've seen videos of that. She was thriving and vibing. She
thought she looked like she was having fun.
Stop! Literally, the whole beehive was wildin'. Save our queen, y'all.
I mean, like, was she? I mean, that thing is tilted, and she just singing.
And she's harnessed in. She stopped. She said, "Hey, stop."
Yeah.
Not the gym. Oh my God. Oh, the way she was saying stop. Yeah. Immediately take this off the set list. Oh my God. I'm glad she's safe. Oh, that's scary.
In Houston too, in hometown. You're not embarrassed, but like this happens in your hometown.
Yeah. No, insane behavior.
Criminal.
Oh,
Jasmine?
Man.
Yes.
Formula One was fantastic.
I know. I told you it was gonna be.
It's Top Gun Maverick with a better story, I think. I get why other people are like, no, Maverick had a better story. And like,
was there a specific moment in there where you really sank in and was like, this
all
is
of
amazing?
It, like just a lot of it, because I'm a F1 fan. So like a lot of it was more geared to me. And look, if I was in the military and flew planes, I'm sure I'd be like, needled arm on Maverick. But I love Maverick. It's just, again, like Jordan said, a story from 30 years ago we brought back to do something, and now we're here, and it's pushed cinematography forward of how to film things for IMAX and stuff, which they did for Apple. And I did think it was kind of crazy, though. I sat there for a moment and was like, this is going to be the future. We're seeing Apple Studios on a big screen in IMAX. The next thing we'll see is like Netflix, Prime Video.
Well, Netflix has its own theater.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like in IMAX and stuff, like nationwide, as I'm saying, like it's such an interesting.
The streaming services are going to just go right back to where they were usurping from in the first place. No, 100%.
They're gonna have to end up saving the theaters.
I do want to see a Formula, not 2 because that's an actual thing, but a Formula 1 like sequel because they left it open. I'd love to see Sonny come back and be principal.
So like Formula 1, little 2 on the top, like squared.
It would just have to be
Formula 1 squared.
Like however else they're going to word it, but like
Formula 1, he returns.
Yeah,
Formula
like
1
second lap or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then
the
also
final lap.
Also, the movie that's going to crush everything next year. We got a poster for it finally and a date.
What movie?
Nolan.
The Odyssey got a poster.
Odyssey got a poster.
Oh well.
Did it already have a poster?
No. Nope,
because someone did. They were like, "Wait, didn't they just start filming?"
It was like him and literally they were posting images of them in their costumes.
Yeah, that was right. But they did the poster in July 17th next year.
Oh my God, that movie's gonna be so wonderful. No, he's right.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, the cast is phenomenal. I mean, obviously it's Nolan, so we already have that. Like, it's similar to Joseph right now with Maverick and what you call it? Like,
yeah. Oh, this is a teaser poster. This ain't the
poster. I was about to say they're gonna definitely show like whatever's below afterward for sure.
And I still think that this is a tease. I think that we're gonna get an Odyssey 2 coming out because there's no way you can tell.
You think it's gonna be a series?
100%, just 2. I think it's gonna be broken into 2 films. Bitch, don't you shake your head.
I think it's gonna be 1. It's gonna be like 4 hours.
It might be that, but I truly believe
Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer was 3 and change basically.
God, Oppenheimer was so long. I enjoyed the movie, but Jesus Christ. As I find some different news, I am gonna say this is a quick little tidbit. Writer of the original Blade, David Goyer, he said that he is baffled. What?
Nobody cares.
Anyways, the writer of the original Blade is baffled by the MCU's development. Blade is a relatively simple story. It should have insane ass kicking, should be scary, might be R-rated, and it shouldn't be complicated. I don't think that the Blade movie is ever happening, personally. I don't. It's gotten to that point that because I saw a tweet where someone pointed out the Blade, Mahershala was cast mid-40 and he will be halfway through his 50s by the time this movie finally gets off of the ground.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where that is at. But
Mahershala will be Whistler at this fucking point.
No, yeah, like at this point he's going to play like the mentor or something like that. Now, what I do want to hear your guys' thoughts on is, do you think that the script taking so long for the Batman Part 2 was because that they are working Pattinson into the movie?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think that those two are separate.
100%.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, Jasmine and I vary on this one. And I think if Jasmine, say if I'm wrong,
you're wrong.
I think both of you and I would agree if they put Pattinson in that universe, it would be a mistake.
Yeah, 100%. I think that there are two separate vibes. I don't think that they should. I think that should be a separate.
That's a cold photo.
I think that Matt Reeves' Batman is its own separate entity from James Gunn. I think he is doing more grounded realism, like you could see Rob Pattinson in the streets. I think that James Gunn is doing more comic booky, more wondrous, and I just don't think that those two like I cannot see David Cornsweet and Rob Patz together in the same universe. They just don't vibe well to me.
I think it's a good contrast. That's just me. I think if they didn't make it, unfortunately the Batman obviously came out before Overhaul, so there's nothing they could do about it. If they didn't make him quite so grounded, like with the fact that even his flight suit was like he's not just flying with the cape. He's literally like an actual inflatable flying squirrel looking type thing because it's got to be so realistic. If it wasn't quite that, it would have maybe I could see it working a little bit better. But I think that dark, moody Batman with that vibrant, happy-go-lucky Superman, it gives what the animated series was doing, which I know that's what James Gunn has said, and I'm so in love with and ready. I'm hearing that this movie is essentially Superman the Animated Series on the big screen, and obviously grew up on Superman the Animated Series, grew up on that. Again, I don't give a fuck if it's camp, if it's corny, that some people find it that way. That's what Superman needs to be. I know that's what your dad was complaining about essentially, but like I think a Superman who's like, hey, buddy, eyes up here, and being silly and whatnot. Them having, I know that James Gunn has already said this, that they took a thing from the comics. The reason people don't know he's Superman is because he's literally using hypno glasses. Like silly things like that belong in comic book media. There's a place for that type of comic book media to exist.
100%.
So I'm excited regardless. But yeah, the Batman Part 2 is happening unlike Blade because the script is finally finished, which is crazy because the Batman got delayed multiple times, but Blade's been announced since 2019. Y'all got anything else for us?
No, that's it. I feel like we did the damn thing.
I got one thing.
Yes, hello.
Is it cute?
It's cute. It's cute. So for anyone watching this, if it's past Wednesday, July 3rd,
it'll be dropped today, I promise.
2nd? I know, but somebody might see this late. What the hell's even today's date?
It's June 30th.
That would be the 2nd. July 2nd, obviously. Happy July 4th. Second of all, on Wednesday, a good friend of the show, Malcolm Crawford, and I are going to be streaming for Retro Crush. We're going to be watching an anime called
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Nope, that is not going to happen. It is Ronin Warriors. It is the 2nd season. Jasmine, y'all think you waited, right, for Euphoria and Stranger Things and stuff like that, right?
Two shows I don't really watch. But
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's just stay with the bit.
Oh.
Stay with the bit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right? Years.
Euphoria.
I've waited 30 years for a 2nd season.
Okay.
It's a very classic.
That feels very silly.
That feels very silly. It's hilarious. Classic anime, Samurai Troopers. Oh, that's not even what we're talking about.
Is this made by the same person that
is
did
exactly
the,
what they're talking about. It's
Akira slide?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like it.
It looks like Samurai Power Rangers.
Basically, yes, exactly what you're saying. Yes, they all have marks on the back of their neck, very much like Fifth Element. They call on their power.
It's literally Samurai Troopers.
Kind of.
Hilarious. Is that the same thing? Ronin is Samurai? I'm confused. Is it Ronin Warriors or Samurai Troopers?
It probably was a translation thing back then to now.
Correct. So, yeah, we're going to be streaming the first 2 episodes, I want to say it is.
Question. Is it the same voiceover artist?
I don't know, honestly, to be fair.
It was known as You're Right in Samurai Troopers in Japan. That's what it was.
6:30 Eastern Standard Time PM on Retro Crush's Twitch. So we'll be on that.
Well, congratulations.
Shout out to the boy. He's hosting a little bit of a streaming thing. Dope. Proud of you.
Thanks. That's all I had.
I love it. All right, my friends. 'Tis the end for all of us.
Another episode of Media Emcees. What's y'all's names?
Couldn't say and ask me again. I'll tell you the same.
Oh, I posted us up on the story for the last episode too, because I was just like, it's time to start getting it out here. But shout out to y'all. Thanks for talking movies and media with me. I need outlets with friends because
honestly, this is nice.
It's been great.
Nice little exaltation.
It's been.
It's been. Until the next time, friends. Make sure you water your plants. Talk to you later. Bye.
Wash your butt.
With a wash rag.
And
make smart choices.
She's going to forget every time. I think she's forgetting on purpose at this point. How do you close out all the time? You did it on the phone with me the other day.
Goodbye.
What does Cheesecake Factory have? Mine is cheesecake.
It's not a thing.
We're gonna make it a thing. We're gonna force you. The thing that's gonna be is that we're gonna look at you and wait for you to do it, and this is gonna be how it ends.
I don't know memory. There's no cognitive understanding here.
No, look at that